As far as I can remember, I have been someone to prioritize authenticity. Being authentic is very, very important to me. It has really carved a path in terms of knowing who's supposed to be in my life and who isn't, because not everyone can handle authenticity, the authenticity of another person. And what makes me think about that today on the mat is last Wednesday, my podcast episode was about self-care and the kind of self-care where you turn the lens around and pay attention to yourself. It's not about doing, but turning the lens around to pay attention to oneself. And that same day, I started to feel unwell. And then the next day, and the next day. Today is the first day since that I have felt closer to myself. Gratitude for that. And it's bringing me to the appreciation of alignment, because I'm someone who likes to pay attention to the events of my life. It cultivates intuition. It helps rightly guide. And I thought, how interesting that my podcast episode was about self-care and paying attention to oneself. And here I am now having to pay attention to myself and how I'm feeling, what's taking place, because I'm not someone who tends to really feel unwell. I mean, things come up, cold, regular things come up, but this was very different. And it's coming off of the prior week of having dental work, and I'm just looking at the whole picture. And so my authentic moment is to show up and just remind us to pay attention. Because authentically, I have nothing else to give. In this moment. That's just real. And I just want to remind you that you don't always have to try to come up with something to give, but that you can just show up as yourself, and that be enough. So today, I'm very committed to being here week after week after week. And I'm grateful that today I have the energy to be here just enough to say, pay attention to yourself, how you're feeling, your thoughts, and pause long enough to really be with it. Trying not to begrudge it, trying not to resist it, but just meeting it where it is. That's what I've had to do. Meet myself every moment of every day. Because when we resist what's happening, we will make it worse. The pain becomes the suffering. The angst just gets massaged in. And so even though I'm not 100%, my, oh my, am I no longer where I was just yesterday. Just yesterday. In fact, I wondered, will I be okay tomorrow? And I said, every day I'm getting better. Every day I'm getting better, and here I am, better than yesterday. So I'm not going to expand this moment. I just want to, hold gratitude to feel better. It's a real thing. It's a real thing. It's a real thing. You have no idea. It's a real thing. Or maybe you do have an idea. And to really encourage you to pay yourself some attention. to give yourself what you need and to hold yourself along the way of whatever you may be going through. Yeah. Here is to us continuously feeling well, feeling better. That's important.